Hi, I'm Greg.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Steve.
Welcome to Men of the Dead, and this is Monday.
Hi everyone, welcome to another week here on The Dead. So, we're going to talk about probably the only thing to look forward to in 2020.
What is
And
it?
that is the PlayStation 5.
Oh my god, you're right.
I know, right?
Have you heard that it looks like Wall-E's friend Eve from the movie Wall-E? Which makes the PS5 the latest Disney princess.
I'm going to punch you right in the nuts. I hate the whole Fox Disney princess memes.
Yeah.
They make me want to scream.
Especially the xenomorph being a Disney princess. It is a queen. Quit hitting my leg.
Yeah, it's an evil queen, come on.
Yeah.
Ripley's the princess.
Yeah. Ripley is the Disney princess.
Anyways, we digress. So what are the release titles for the PS5?
There's a lot.
Do we know any of them?
Final Fantasy 16.
That's one of the big ones. Ragnarok was announced the other day.
But not one of the for release titles.
That's not a release. Yeah. What other ones? Oh, the one so why don't we talk about the ones we're looking forward to rather than
Yeah.
go through the whole list?
Alright, so God of War Ragnarok. I just got into the God of War franchise this year, and I was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
The last one that was for the PS4 was so damn good, and it left so much open for more story, as well as other areas to be explored. So I'm really excited to go into Valhalla and check out the rest of all this.
What were you?
I don't know any of them.
You must know some.
Final Fantasy 16.
Well, I heard, is that actually the release title?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow. So I heard Final Fantasy 16 is coming out. Don't know anything about it other than that it exists.
It looks like the gameplay style of 15, but more with medieval concepts rather than driving around in the reality.
Oh yeah, I heard about the medieval thing. Everybody remember Final Fantasy 7 and 8 were all like futuristic,
Mhm.
and then with 9 they did like the medieval throwback.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Everybody liked that.
I love that even Steiner running around with the armor clanging around.
Are they gonna go hyper realistic or are they gonna make it more cartoony?
It looks hyper realistic.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
So
it looks
more
like, and it looks to be like similar gameplay to 15.
similar gameplay to 15, and the characters kind of look like typo characters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well that could be fun. I'll wait and see how the reviews are basically. What about you? Is there anything you're excited for?
Deathloop.
Deathloop. Right. So what is that?
So that one is basically you're playing as a guy who's being attacked by multiple assassins. And you have to take the assassins out before they kill you. But the problem is every time you get killed rather than die, you go back to the beginning and you're in a death loop. So basically you have to take the knowledge that you've learned each time you die to avoid dying the next time in that same fashion.
I just watched an episode of Midnight Gospel that was a death loop, and that really fucked me up.
It's also like that movie we saw, Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day,
Yeah.
yeah, that was it's that basically in video game form.
Oh wow.
Interesting. What about, are they doing Cyberpunk 2077 on the
Well,
PS5?
eventually that game will eventually come out, maybe for the PS6.
What?
Because they keep delaying
That's
Cyberpunk.
And then the other thing we were talking about earlier, what's the one with the cat named Gregory?
Stray.
And that's gonna be on PS5?
That is PS5.
That's gonna be a
See, that has me the most excited out of anything.
Yeah.
Because that looks incredibly fun and cute.
There's a new Oddworld game. I don't know if either one of you are
What?
Oddworld fans. Yes.
They're good. Oh my god, I love
You
that.
didn't know there was a new Oddworld game?
No,
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. No, there's a new Oddworld game coming out that looks like a lot of fun.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of some other good titles that were.
Well, Oddworld, I don't know how that's going to translate to this audience, because that was a really difficult game, and it was more so like a puzzle. So.
Res 8.
Resident Evil 8?
Yeah.
Interesting. Resident Evil 7 was really good.
Apparently, it's a continuation of the story from 7.
Oh
We haven't
my.
played 7 yet.
Right.
We should play 7. It's good. It's very scary and very good.
Yeah. So Res 8 is another big title. PlayStation's got a lot of good titles like that are coming out.
Then the whole thing, the next question I'm gonna ask is disk drive or no disk drive?
Well, I feel we've got 2 PlayStation 4s lying around, so you made a good point about getting the one without the disc drive to save the money because we've got 2 PlayStation 4s already.
Yeah, we can just keep one to play our discable games and have the PS5 be digital only.
And save it all with the money.
Plus, a lot of the games we have are coming up on the PS Plus because at release there's going to be 18 games that were PS4 games that are going to be full game releases available if you have PS Plus, including Persona 5.
I was looking today at whether Final Fantasy 14 will be for PS5, and it looks like it will be.
Interesting.
But I also learned there's a Netflix series or show called Final Fantasy 14 Dad of Light, and it's about father and son bonding over their love of the game.
Really?
So
Is this
now,
actually out?
apparently, that's what I learned from this article. They were just talking about it. So now I'm gonna have to check that out.
I'm trying to think of some other games that you might be interested in.
No, there's nothing else there that's really kind of drawing my interest.
What was the one? There was one that really caught your interest. I can't remember what it was. There was a new Little Big Planet coming out?
There was a new Little Big Planet, like kind of fighting game coming out, Sackboy.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I remember you were pretty stoked.
Oh, I
on
screamed
Sackboy.
when that got announced. I don't know if I screamed louder at that or at the Honeybee Inn scene in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Which is also getting ported to PS5.
Oh my god, to live the Honeybee Inn in 4K.
I'm happy
Live
that
a life.
I'm happy that a lot of the games are gonna auto port over. Like I pre-purchased Destiny 2, the expansion Beyond Light that comes out later this year, and apparently it's automatically going to be able to be available on PS5 if you have the full PS4 game.
Nice.
So I should be able to get the game without buying it again.
So you're gonna work on your OnlyFans too before the PS5, right?
Yeah.
Question is, OnlyFans or just for fans? I don't know.
They're talking Final Fantasy only plans.
OnlyFans! Ah!
In fact, maybe that should be my cooking show, is OnlyFans.
Oh my
And I'll do it
god.
only on OnlyFans, and then just make flan cake.
Oh my god.
Various types of
I
flan cake.
can't. Go away.
Love you.
And then Xbox is also releasing their competing systems around the same time, and it looks like it's at around the same price point. And I remember the PS4 and the Xbox One, the PS4 had like $100 price cheaper, which made them very competitive. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the next 5 years with Microsoft and Sony pricing basically equal.
I think the titles that PS5 has are better. So I don't think it'll be a competition.
I don't know, myself, I've never, we had a 360, but we never did the Xbox One, and I don't know the titles that are exclusive to the Xbox enough to say it's something I want.
But think about it this way. If there's never been an instance where you've said, oh my god, I want this game and I can't get it because I don't have an Xbox, what does that tell you?
That's what I call a killer app, and that's what will drive me to buy a system.
Right.
If there's a game I really want to play. Well, eventually, someday there will be Persona 6, and if it hasn't happened by then, I'll be buying whatever console comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only game I really liked that was an Xbox exclusive was Fable.
Fable
And
is
I
so much fun.
believe I have to look this up, but I believe there's a new Fable game coming out on the new Xbox.
Fable was so great.
Yeah.
In tech news, actually, I guess the way was kind of paved for a Switch 2, if you'll call it that. Because the Nintendo Switch was based on a ARM cell phone chip and an NVIDIA GPU, and NVIDIA just bought ARM last week.
Oh.
So their products will be more tightly coupled in the future, I have a feeling. And we could see an improved Switch 2 with better battery.
Next year, that's supposed to happen.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're saying the new Switch is going to have a 4K docking station.
Wow.
So you'll be able to play Switch in 4K on TV.
I don't know. I'm excited for some things coming to the Switch. Because Breath of the Wild 2 is supposed to be coming out next year. Then they just released Hyrule Warriors 2, which is going to be the war that led up to the story of Breath of the Wild. So that should be pretty exciting. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess in Switch news, I mean, Crown Tundra comes out either next month or November. They haven't officially put a release date.
That's the Pokemon expansion.
That's the Pokemon expansion.
Yep.
And then there's rumors that there's going to be a new Pokemon game next year. So either a brand new game or it's going to be a remake of Diamond and Pearl.
And the 3DS got discontinued entirely.
3DS is no longer being made as of this week. Yeah.
They had a long life.
Yep.
It did, but they haven't made games for it for like a year and a half. To be fair.
Like, would you say this is the end of the handhelds?
Kind of feels that way. I mean, Sony dropped theirs ages ago.
Yeah.
Microsoft never had one, and Nintendo has gone for the
More
portable / console hybrid.
I still think there's a market there if it could be done right.
Maybe.
And I think Sony is the one to do it. And I think they will. I think they'll hit that market again eventually.
Well, they tried to do their Vita phone, but people didn't go for it.
Oh, I remember that.
I don't remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It had like it was like a slider, and the slider that slid out had 2 joysticks and buttons.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing the images of it.
From what I remember.
But it didn't take off.
Yeah.
I think people don't want to burn their battery life from their phone on playing games.
Yeah, that playing games, like emulating games on your cell phone just burns it right out.
I mean, now that we're in the digital era, I mean, there's no reason you can't have a game that switches back and forth between handheld to TV. So I think Sony needs to specialize in that, and I think it can still be popular. They just gotta find a way to make it happen.
I think the future of mobile gaming is going to be streaming, like Netflix for games for your phone, and the games all run on servers, and it just streams using 5G to your phone. So then the phone doesn't have to do anything except set it to see pictures.
That's true. So, question is the price point. So you looked up the price
Oh
point.
my god, I can't remember what the lower one was without the disk drive.
I think
The
it was
one,
$4.99.
the one with the disk drive is going to be $629.99.
Canadian.
I thought you said $4.99 for the one without the disk drive.
It could be, yeah. That's not right. So it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's expensive, but
$629, that'll buy you a PC.
yeah. But we also take a look how much use we get out of having 2 PS4s at household. How much use we get out of both of them.
It's true.
So it's gonna work. It's gonna pay for itself.
Yeah, we're pretty much constantly on one of those PlayStations.
Yeah.
It's true. But me and Steve both playing in the last few hours.
Which is why I'm glad we have the gaming computer now because
Yeah.
I want to play things on.
Yeah.
No, Derek.
With the current trends in coronavirus, it looks like things are not going to be good for a while. So hunker down and get your video gaming on because that's what we're going to have to do.
Especially here in Canada. Alright, well, I think that's it,
I
right?
think so.
Yes.
Alright, as always, like, share, subscribe, and tune into the rest of the guys' videos. Oh yeah, I was supposed to announce something, wasn't I?
Were you?
Yes, so Jake is taking a leave of absence from the channel, so there will be no Jake videos for the next little while, and we hope he gets back soon. Alright,
Bye.
adios everyone, have a great week.